Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to give you guys an update on my hair. Today I've just hit my 8-month mark since I've had my FU hair transplant. So let me show you guys up close of how the hair looks. So this is the left side, the front, and the right side. It's been a long journey. It's already 8 months, and I remember the first few months seemed like an eternity, and I just prayed and prayed for hair to grow, and I just can't believe that I finally hit my 8-month mark. Honestly, at this point, I don't think I'm going to be seeing any more growth, and for the majority of the people who end up getting hair transplants, once you start hitting your 8 to 9 month mark, you're really not going to see much growth. You might see a little bit of more density, but I think in my case, I think this is it. This is pretty much the final result of my first hair transplant. And so I'm not going to be doing any updates because I'm already, doing videos on a weekly basis, so you guys can already see the progress of my hair. But here's how it looks. Now, some of the things that I do want to talk about is am I satisfied with my hair transplant? Honestly, no. But at the same time, if I were to go back to the time where I didn't get my hair transplant, this is definitely an upgrade. It's definitely covered the receding temples. It's definitely lowered the hairline. And it really did bring me a lot more confidence because the fact that I don't have much of a receding hairline anymore. But at the same time, when you do get these procedures, it's very expensive and you want to make sure that the doctor does a good job. And if you guys have been keeping up with my videos, I talk about wanting to get a second hair transplant. And as you guys can see, I still need a lot of work to be done, especially in the front of the hairline. Now, I did consult with one of the doctors via email because I've been shopping around to get a second hair transplant, so I've been emailing different doctors trying to get their opinions. And one of the doctors, I'm not going to be saying any names, but here's what he said in the email. He said that the grafts in the frontal hairline are pluggy. I have 2 and 3 hair grafts placed on the frontal hairline. The natural hairline is composed of only 1 hair grafts. The grafts on the sides does not match the caliber of your existing hair. Hair on the side is thinner and composed of 1 hair grafts. What he said is completely true, and this doctor here, he's been doing hair transplant surgery since 1990, so it's been a few decades. So I want to say that he knows what he's talking about, and his membership also includes the American Society of Hair Restoration Surgery, American Academy of Cosmetic Surgery, and International Society of Hair Restoration Surgery. So this doctor is very educated and he knows what he's doing. And honestly, if you really think about the things that he kind of talked about in that email, it is kind of true, because if you look at my hairline, it kind of looks a lot pluggy, and sometimes it kind of takes the opinion of a second person for you to start realizing some of the things that can be done better. And obviously you guys do see that the density is a lot low. You can still see right through the scalp. But like I said, it's 100% better than what I used to have. On the sides, this is a problem because, as you guys can see right there, it sticks out and it's very curly. And at my 8-month mark, it really hasn't changed too much. It did get a little bit softer, but you guys can still see that it's very curly and kinky. And on this side here, this side is actually my good side. The temporal point hairs are actually very well transplanted, but it's just this one side here. And if I talk about the hairline, I do need more density. And like the doctor said, I do have some multi-hair grafts in the frontal hairline. And if you do get a hair transplant, you don't want to have 2 to 3 hair grafts into the frontal hairline because it's not going to look natural. People who are not balding and who's never had a hair transplant, if you guys take a look at their hairlines, it's going to be consisted of just single hair grafts. And ideally what the doctor should have done was to use nape hair, which would be on the bottom of your neck, to extract and then place onto your hairline so that it can create that natural look. And the thing with hair transplants, you're already spending so much money, and you know, the only outcome or the only thing that you really look forward to is a good result in such that the hair transplant looks natural. But I feel like in my case, you know, we can kind of tell that I had some type of work done. Now, the average person's not going to know what I had done to my hairline, but for those who's actually been studying about getting a hair transplant, and for the doctors who've actually performed a lot of hair transplants, I'm pretty sure that they can tell that I actually had work done. So I really want to get this fixed here, because just look at how unnatural it looks. You know, it just looks very pluggy, kind of looks like a toothbrush, and it's kind of like one of those, you know, when you those doll hairs. It's very pluggy, and that's what I'm getting right now. And even the front of the hairline, you guys can still see a lot of gaps. I know that some of you guys are saying that, you know, it looks natural because there's not much of, I guess, a linear or straight line going across my hairline. But the more that you zoom in and just kind of see how the hairline is structured, you guys can see that the doctor didn't really do a good job. The other thing is, I don't know if you guys can see, but I do have some donor scars on the back of my scalp. And the weird thing is, it's only in one area where it's very focused. So it kind of seems as if the doctor only focused on one area to extract the grafts. But that's not really much of an issue, because I can always get SMP to cover that up. But, you know, now that I think about it, I feel like I've been kind of blinded by just the fact that I really wanted to get a hair transplant, and, you know, just kind of, I guess, making myself feel better by saying that the doctor that I chose was a good doctor. But, you know, I don't know. I think that when I do get my second hair transplant, I'm going to be looking for another doctor, because, you know, I'm just really not satisfied with the results. And like I said, that's not to say that I'm not happy with the results I have right now, because I know there's a lot of you guys who are suffering from a more severe form of hair loss, and you guys would just do anything to be in my shoes. So in that aspect, I do understand, but, you know, for me, I still need to do a lot of work done. And I think the best course of action would be to lower the hairline a little bit, and then reinforce the new hairline with single hair grafts, followed by 2 to 3 hair grafts, and then possibly fill in this area here. Now, the doctor that I emailed, he wanted to, let me see what he wanted to do. Rebuild my frontal hairline and remove the plugs. By plugs, he means the multi-hair grafts. I don't think I'm gonna get these removed, because if I'm getting a new hairline, I can just reinforce the back with more density, so it's not really gonna matter, because this really won't be my new hairline. And so I don't know, man. I just really need to speak to other doctors and get their opinions. But here's how it looks at month 8. Now, some of you guys might say that I'm coming across as just complaining, but, you know, this is the overall truth of hair transplant. You're never really going to be fully satisfied with the results of your first hair transplant, and that's because a lot of people, or should I say the majority of the people that end up getting their first hair transplant end up getting their second and third hair transplants later down the road. And so, yeah, that's kind of like my rant. You know, I'm still taking my vitamins. I've been using Reboost consistently along with the laser. I'm thinking about using RU58841 because I'm not taking Propecia. And I've read a lot of reviews on a lot of good things. And if you guys been watching my videos, I did do a video on RU58841. And so I might start using it. I'm still using the laser. I don't think I see any improvement right now. It's only been a little under a month since I've used it, so I will continue to use that. And as far as my SMP, I'm probably going to start school next month. And so hopefully I'm going to be getting my license in the next few months. And I would love to do some free SMPs for you guys, because I need to build up my portfolio. So if you guys are in the Maryland or Virginia or DC area, shoot me an email, and I would love to do an SMP, especially to cover up the scars on the back of the scalp. If you guys ended up getting FUE or even an FUT, if you guys want to disguise your scars, let me know, and I can sign you guys up so that I can perform the SMP on you guys. And for those who are completely bald or like a Norwood 6 or something, if you guys are still interested in getting the SMP, let me know, and then I will give you guys a free SMP. And like I said, this is to build up my portfolio so that people can see my results and be a lot more confident with my, I guess, my skill. But yeah, enough with my ranting. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Feel free to subscribe, like my videos, and I will keep you guys posted, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.